listener production.
Welcome to Take a Hike Podcast, a podcast that's going to be taking you through North Queensland's best parks and trails. Guiding us through the podcast today from the Townsville Bushwalking Club is Cherry Judge, Lewin Warnicky, and I'm Blair Woodcock. Today we're going to be heading back up to Paluma. We're going to be talking about what is it, Lewin? It's about a 15K trail, is it?
Yeah, it's about 5 to 7 hours.
Right, taking you through some great water spots, right through some creeks, some great artefacts of the old logging mining days up in Paluma as well.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
What's it called?
The K-Traverse.
The K-Traverse.
Yes.
There's a few traverses up there, isn't it?
There are. So basically they're all old logging roads that
Right.
once were.
Take you through different areas. Right, okay. But before we get into that, I just want to stop this down for a second. This could be a controversial opinion, I don't know. At the moment, I'm in training and getting everything ready for a big hike I'm doing in 3 months' time to the date. Very excited about that. New shoes were on the top of my list to get after the dog destroyed the last pair I had. Gore-Tex shoes, GTX shoes. I hate them. I'm not a fan. And they seem to be taking over literally every type of hiking shoe you could possibly imagine with no non-Gore-Tex versions available of those shoes. I hate them. They're useless and they're stupid.
Well, once they're wet, they stay fairly wet, but they are breathable, so they have pros and cons.
But normal shoes are breathable too. My issue with it is if you walk through a creek thinking your feet are going to get dry, as soon as water goes over the top of that ankle, it's not coming out. Like it does the reverse job of what you want it to do. And how many times, especially you, both of you actually knowing you love your creek walking, how many times has that happened?
No matter what shoe you wear, if you're walking through water, you're going to get water in your shoe, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So you may as well have something with a bit of breathability there.
Exactly.
Well, I like Gore-Tex because in my mind, I just think they're stronger, I suppose tougher. So when you're going through creeks and stuff, I know they're not that breathable, but looking at my only criteria, I suppose, is grip. And that's what I look at and how strong they are. They seem to last a long time.
I think it depends on... Like the shoes without stitches last longer, like the real boots. But once you add more stitches and these panels in for breathability, they start to for me, they wear at the stitches and then they just fall apart and you get sand in there or whatever it is.
For me, it wears at the breathability holes, where they...
Yeah, down the side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Well, it's really hard to walk in North Queensland. They're hot as in summer. Yep. It's awful. You can't wear,
They are breathable. I have no issues with these Gore-Tex shoes, hey?
Well, personally, I don't. I've learned to love them. Well, I've learned to love my shoes. I haven't really thought... You raised that thought just now, Blair.
I am passionate about it, I'm not going to lie.
For me, I just get the shoes that are cheap, that fit well, and...
Do you have a go-to shoe all the time?
No, I just buy the cheapest.
Okay, fair.
Cheapest, good quality one, like a Solomon or...
Yeah.
Whatever. But
I've actually found on the Decathlon website a brand called Quechua. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's a French brand. And I found they're wonderful, $120 Aussie. And it's great. Each boot lasts you, for the amount of hiking we do, if I get a year and a half's wear out of it, I'm good.
So yeah, once I'm on a good thing, I never swap. And I'm on the Solomons, and then to get that new pair was a mission, really a mission. But anyway.
When I hiked every weekend and throughout the week, I only got about 12 months out of my shoe.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
Okay.
just because I was doing probably 600 kilometers plus.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,000 kilometers maybe. And then the shoes by that stage is gone.
Because what do they say? It's about 600-700 Ks you should be changing
I
your
think
shoes.
500 to 800 or something like that, yeah.
All right, so on the fence, that's fine. I'm opposed to it. I look forward to having more of these discussions next time. But let's get on the same page. Let's talk about something that is going to be exciting, the K-Traverse. Where is it?
Some of you might have heard of the Forgotten Falls track, right? And that's basically where the K-Traverse starts on the Paluma side.
Yeah, Forgotten Falls is just a small part of the K-Traverse. It's actually an old logging road that existed between the 1930s and right up till the 1970s when logging officially, it kind of reduced in that Paluma region. But it extends from about 1.5 kilometers along the dam road. Yeah. There's an old gate. So that's the starting point. And
on your left, as you're driving out towards the dam on your left?
On your left.
Yeah.
And around 20 metres in, there's one of the huge ass trees that are still there as well. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is. It's stunning. It's one of the ones that missed being logged.
And then another few hundred meters in, you have a massive boulder dump with glasses and vials and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on your left.
Yeah. Just old artifacts. So if you pass it, just leave it there. It's for everyone to actually admire. But but it's just kind of a relic of the old, really.
So what are the highlights on this?
Well, one highlight is the usual turn off at Forgotten Falls. So you turn off to Forgotten Falls, you go down to William Creek. So that's one. That's the most common and popular one.
Swimming hole there, right, with the Platypus Lagoon.
Yes.
And then you continue on to Forgotten Falls.
The other one is go straight up, and then there's something called Echo Creek.
Yeah, so there's another detour off to the side to Echo Creek, and there's a small little waterfall there and plenty of swimming opportunities as well. But that's more off track. And as you go further in on the K Traverse, the more overgrown it is, right? We haven't walked these tracks in a long time.
Yeah, definitely carry your secateurs and
prepare.
follow the old road.
So you need good navigation. But yeah, the things to see are old culverts, the old logging and tin mining histories, the bottles.
Yes, it goes in and out of the creek as well, or it's kind of along the ridge?
Mostly along the ridge, and then it goes down into Big Birthday Creek at the lower reaches. So the vegetation changes, and you have these amazing log bridges.
I mean, I've done part of the K Traverse to get to Forgotten Falls, and even the landscape and bush changes in between those bits.
Yeah,
it's intense.
really
it's
nice.
huge.
Yes.
And that continues the whole way along because you're going in and out of the national park, I take it, if you're heading around.
Yeah, pretty much you're mostly in the national park, but then you go through to state forests, I believe.
Right. Because that's where the demarcation is, isn't it, between state and national park? Paluma State, Paluma National Park.
I just assume that where it's national park is rainforest and where it's not national park is not rainforest.
Not exactly.
That's what runs through my head.
But yeah, the bush vegetation, different plants that you don't usually see up and around Paluma, since it's mostly rainforest, you're right.
Yeah, and there's leeches.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, you even come across this old sawmill, just like it's sawdust with Coke bottles, old style Coke cans, and all
Can you
these
do
artifacts.
it from, if it spits you back at the dam, you could do it in reverse, right? And
Yeah, you
start
can
at
go
the
clockwise or anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
Because half of it's decent. Like I know the part up to Forgotten Falls is obviously well
Yes,
maintained,
well
well used and so
Yes.
on. But after that, it gets a little bit navigation needed.
Yes.
Navigation needed, imagination, we're trying to follow the old logging road.
Yes.
Right.
So if you're going in reverse, the other starting point or end point would be crossing the dam road, walking a few hundred meters along, and then off the left side there's this gate, like just a rusty old gate similar to the other entrance.
Yep.
And you just follow that track along. And as it is like a old logging network, there's lots of turns and twists and side shoots. So
there's heaps of exploring to do.
heaps of exploring. Take them. There used to be an old hut up there too, around there. I was heard. I never found it, but yeah,
Does it really exist then?
I didn't search hard enough.
The K Traverse, just one of the few traverses up there because there's the H one kind of is leading around Triple Falls or something too,
the
isn't
H
it?
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Does that mean there's like 25, 26 traverses up there or something?
Yeah, like the
Probably
alphabet.
more.
More, you
really?
reckon?
Wow.
Yeah, we even got like the PRB track, the forestry road from
Yeah.
Bluewater up. That's old logging road, 35 kilometers in. And then from Paluma end, there's 10 kilometers of bulldozed logging road. And then in between those two is about 5 kilometers that was unbulldozed just because they closed down the forestry
Operation.
loggings. Yeah.
That's insane. There you go. K Traverse. All the details if you want at wonderstories.space. You guys doing anything over Anzac Day weekend? Anything coming up this weekend?
I've been challenged by my old father-in-law to look for accessible hikes that he can do. He's 85 years old and he doesn't want to do a 6-hour walk with me.
Okay, cool.
So he has challenged me to
Lewin will take him.
Yeah, I'm only doing a bike ride.
walk.
He's challenged me to do something that would take 10 minutes to do.
Okay.
So it's been actually a lot of fun picking walks for him. So we're doing Alligator Creek, a short one there, to
Beautiful.
the swimming hole and back, and then Wits Lookout up in Paluma.
Nice.
Around the riverway.
Yep.
So it's been lovely because it's making me think outside the box a little bit from my usual going, because when I go for a hike in my head, a short one is 3-4 hours. And it's nice to actually think about someone who can't do that. So we're going to Maggie. So this
Beautiful.
weekend that's what we're going to do. We're going to Maggie and walk around the boardwalk, and I'm going to see if he's a little bit keen to try the Mandalay Ave and, to go up that track at the end of Mandalay Ave that goes to Arcadia.
Nelly Bay to
Oh, yep.
Arcadia.
I don't think he'll be able to do the whole thing, but at least walk along the creeks that you pass there till it gets steep.
If you're going camping or anything, and if you're managing to avoid the clouds or the rain that's headed our way, apparently there's a meteorite shower happening on Saturday night. So you might
Yeah, I
have
heard
about
good
that.
access to that.
Yes,
But
and-
if you're heading north of Townsville, it's lots of rain. So you ain't going to see anything up there. So sorry about that. Anyway, what are you doing, Lon? Anything exciting?
Bike rides.
Where?
I'm not quite sure. Maybe at Harvey's Range, do 100 kilometers out
nice.
there. And then Sunday, I think maybe even a loop of Mount Elliott.
Beautiful.
110-ish K there.
So the Townsville Bushwalking Club, thanks to Lewin, is thinking combined bike packing, hiking combination trip. So we are still working on designing that. That'll be nice.
All the information for any upcoming hike with the Townsville Bushwalking Club at townsvillebushwalkingclub.com. Guys, thank you very much. Have a great weekend and we'll talk
Thank
next
you,
time.
Blair.
Happy hiking.
Happy hiking.